The ocean, vast, unyielding, it holds many secrets, some we long to uncover, others are best left undisturbed. This is the story of a group of divers who ventured into the abyss. They sought adventure, a glimpse into the past. They found something far more sinister, something that lurks in the shadows of the deep, something we can't explain. Join me if you dare, as we plunge into a mystery that has baffled investigators for years. This is a tale of a routine dive gone wrong, a tale of a missing diver and the chilling evidence he left behind. This is the story of the lost diver. Off the coast of Florida, a team of experienced divers prepared for a day of exploration. Their target, the wreck of the El Dorado, a Spanish galleon rumored to hold untold treasures. The team was led by Mark, a seasoned diver known for his calm demeanor and expertise. The divers descended into the azure waters, their excitement palpable. The sun's rays danced on the surface, creating an ethereal glow that slowly faded as they went deeper. As they approached the wreck, anticipation turned to awe. The El Dorado, encrusted with coral and teeming with marine life, was a sight to behold. But this dive, like the ocean itself, held hidden dangers. Dangers that would soon surface, changing the lives of these divers forever. The divers, tethered to the surface by thin lifelines, descended into the cool embrace of the ocean. Sunlight, filtered through the water, painted the scene in shades of blue and green. As they went deeper, the world above seemed to fade away, replaced by an eerie silence, broken only by the sound of their own breathing. The pressure increased, a physical reminder of the immense weight of the water above them. Mark, their leader, signaled, his eyes alert behind his diving mask. They were approaching the El Dorado, a ghost ship resting on the seabed for centuries. Its wooden hull, once a symbol of Spain's maritime might, was now a decaying carcass, home to a myriad of sea creatures. The El Dorado materialized from the blue haze, a skeletal silhouette against the sandy bottom. Fish darted in and out of the wreckage, their scales catching the light. Coral, like intricate lacework, adorned the decaying timbers, a testament to the ocean's relentless power to reclaim what was lost. Swimming through a gaping hole in the hull, they entered the ship's bowels. The air, thick with the smell of salt and decay, seemed to whisper of a bygone era. Mark pointed out cannons, encrusted with barnacles and chests, their contents long surrendered to the sea. The divers, their movements slow and deliberate in the weightless environment, fanned out, their lights cutting through the gloom like beacons. As they explored the wreck, a sense of unease settled over the group. The silence, once peaceful, now felt oppressive, broken only by the hiss of their regulators and the occasional creak of the aging ship. The ocean currents shifted, stirring up silt from the seabed, creating a ghostly curtain that obscured their vision. Mark, sensing their apprehension, signaled for them to stay close. He pointed to his watch, a reminder of their dwindling air supply and the need to surface soon. But as they turned to leave, one of the divers, a young man named David, pointed excitedly to something in the distance. Intrigued, they cautiously made their way towards it. Wedged between two rotting timbers, they found a human skull, its empty sockets staring back at them with a chilling intensity. The divers froze, a collective gasp escaping their lips in a stream of bubbles. The skull, bleached white by time and the ocean's embrace, was a stark reminder of the fragility of life, a silent sentinel guarding the secrets of the deep. Mark, his face grim behind his mask, gently moved the skull aside, revealing a leather pouch beneath it. Inside, they found a tarnished silver locket, its surface etched with a delicate floral design. As Mark carefully opened it, a chill ran down their spines. The locket contained a miniature portrait of a young woman with hauntingly familiar eyes. Time, like the ocean currents, seemed to move differently underwater. Minutes stretched into what felt like hours as the divers meticulously documented their findings. The skull, the locket, the haunting portrait of the woman, These relics whispered stories of a past long gone, stories the ocean had kept hidden for centuries. Mark, ever the pragmatist, reminded them of their dwindling air supply. The ocean, for all its beauty, was an unforgiving mistress, and they had lingered too long in her embrace. Reluctantly they left the locket and its secrets behind, their thoughts a mixture of awe and unease. Section 2, The Vanishing. As they swam back towards the gaping maw of the El Dorado's hull, a sense of disorientation settled over them. The current, once a gentle nudge, had become a forceful tug, pulling them away from the wreck. Visibility, never ideal within the ship's decaying ribs, reduced to mere feet. They swam in a swirling cloud of silt and sediment, the familiar shapes of the ship dissolving into an unsettling, murky haze. Mark, his usually steady hand gestures grown frantic, signaled for the group to surface. They needed to regroup, to clear their heads and assess the situation above the waves. One by one, they emerged from the murky depths, their breaths ragged, their eyes wide with a mixture of exhilaration and apprehension. But something was wrong, terribly wrong. Mark was not among them. Section 3, Breaking the Surface. Panic, raw and immediate, seized the group as they bobbed on the surface, their eyes frantically searching the churning water. Where moments ago there had been 6, now there were only 5. The vastness of the ocean, once a source of wonder, now mocked them with its indifference. They called out Mark's name, their voices thin and reedy against the wind, but the only response was the mournful cry of gulls circling overhead. Each passing second chipped away at their hope, replacing it with a gnawing dread. The sun, once a comforting presence, now felt like a spotlight exposing their vulnerability. They were adrift, alone, and one of their own was lost in the depths below. The horrifying reality of the situation crashed down on them like a rogue wave. Section 4, Frantic Search. The Coast Guard, alerted by their distress call, arrived within what felt like an eternity. Helicopters roared overhead, their searchlights cutting through the gathering dusk. Divers, their faces grim, plunged into the churning water, their every movement a testament to their training and their desperate hope. But the ocean, as if guarding its secrets, remained stubbornly silent. As darkness descended, the search was called off, the fading light extinguishing the last embers of their hope. The official verdict, lost at sea, presumed drowned. But the divers who had been with Mark, who had felt the ocean's embrace alongside him, knew, deep in their bones, that something more sinister had transpired beneath the waves. The ocean, they now understood, was not just a source of beauty and wonder, but a realm of shadows and whispers, where secrets went to be buried, sometimes along with those who dared to uncover them. Days turned into weeks, and the hope of finding Mark alive dwindled with each passing tide. Just when their despair began to solidify into a grim acceptance, a flicker of something unexpected. A fisherman discovered Mark's oxygen tank and underwater camera snagged in his nets, miles away from the dive site. The equipment, though battered by the ocean's currents, was strangely intact. Hope, like a phoenix rising from the ashes, surged through the hearts of those who had known and loved Mark. The discovery, while not the outcome they had prayed for, offered a sliver of solace, a chance to understand what had happened to their friend in his final moments. Perhaps the camera held the answers they desperately sought. Perhaps it held the key to unlocking the mystery of the lost diver. But as they downloaded the footage, a chill ran down their spines, for what they saw was not the familiar face of their friend, but something far more unsettling, something that sent a shiver down their spines and whispered of the ancient, unknowable depths that lay hidden beneath the waves. The camera, retrieved from the ocean's depths, held a story to tell. Its lens, though scratched and clouded with salt, had captured Mark's final moments, a silent witness to an unseen terror. As the investigators huddled around the screen, a palpable tension filled the room. The footage, grainy and unstable, flickered to life, revealing the murky depths of the ocean. For the first few minutes, the images were familiar. Schools of fish darting through beams of light, the ghostly outlines of the El Dorado's shattered hull. Mark's voice, muffled by the water and the limitations of the camera's microphone, filled the room, narrating his exploration of the wreck. His tone, though calm and professional, hinted at the awe and excitement he felt as he documented the historical treasure trove. But as the footage progressed, a subtle shift occurred. The light, already faint in the ocean's depths, began to flicker erratically. Shadows danced at the edge of the camera's frame, their movements too fluid and deliberate to be the natural swaying of seaweed or the currents. Mark's breathing, once steady and measured, grew more rapid, his voice taking on a strained edge as he adjusted his position, seemingly trying to capture something just beyond the camera's view. Then, a chilling sound, a low guttural growl, reverberated through the speakers, its source unclear but undeniably close. The investigators, their faces illuminated by the flickering light of the screen, exchanged uneasy glances. The sound, alien and primal, sent shivers down their spines. It was a sound that did not belong in the world they knew, a sound that spoke of something ancient and monstrous, lurking in the abyss. Section 3. Unfathomable Truths. The footage became increasingly chaotic. The camera, knocked askew, spun wildly, capturing fleeting glimpses of something moving with unnatural speed and agility in the water. A dark, amorphous shape, too large to be any known marine creature, loomed just out of focus, its movements leaving trails of swirling sediment in its wake. Mark's panicked breathing filled the soundtrack, the only testament to his terror in the face of the unseen horror. Then, a horrifying screech cut short by a sickening crunch, and the footage went black. Silence descended upon the room, broken only by the ragged breaths of the investigators. The camera, its lens cracked and its casing dented, lay on the table, a silent witness to a truth too monstrous to comprehend. Section 4. The Shadow of Doubt. The footage, though disturbing, raised more questions than it answered. What was the creature captured in those final terrifying moments? Was it a known but rarely seen denizen of the deep, or something else entirely? Something that defied the boundaries of scientific classification? And what had happened to Mark? Had he been taken, dragged into the abyss by the monstrous entity? Or had his fate been sealed by a tragic equipment malfunction, his death a cruel twist of fate rather than a deliberate act of something monstrous? The investigators, their faces etched with a mixture of horror and disbelief, could only speculate. The ocean, they were reminded, was a realm of mysteries, a vast and unforgiving wilderness where the known world bled into the edges of the unknown. The footage from Mark's camera served as a chilling reminder that some depths are meant to remain unexplored, some secrets better left buried in the abyss. The lost diver had become a chilling legend, a whisper in the wind, a stark reminder that even in the 21st century, there are still monsters lurking in the shadows, waiting to claim those who dare to venture too close to their domain. Section 1. Echoes of Terror. The room, once abuzz with the hum of electronics and the murmur of theories, fell silent. The weight of the footage, of Mark's last moments, pressed down on the investigators. They had hoped for answers, for closure, but all they found was a deeper, more unsettling mystery. The footage played and replayed offered glimpses, shadows, but no definitive answers. The audio, however, provided a chilling counterpoint to the visual chaos. Mark's increasingly frantic breathing, the guttural growl that seemed to emanate from the depths themselves, and then that final bone-chilling screech cut short, leaving an echoing silence that spoke volumes. It was a sound that haunted their waking hours, a primal scream that seemed to claw at the edges of their sanity, a stark reminder of the raw, untamed power that lay hidden beneath the waves. Theories like bubbles rising from the ocean floor surfaced and dissipated. Some, clinging to the familiar, whispered of equipment failure, of nitrogen narcosis clouding Mark's judgment, leading to a tragic accident. Others, their imaginations ignited by the footage, spoke of rogue currents, of underwater landslides, of the unpredictable and unforgiving nature of the deep. But there were those drawn to the darkness, who whispered of ancient legends, of creatures spoken of only in hushed tones, of krakens and leviathans, of monstrous denizens of the deep, their existence dismissed as myth and folklore. The footage, they argued, with its fleeting glimpses of something vast and unknowable, gave credence to these ancient fears, breathed life into the nightmares of sailors lost at sea. The scientific community, ever grounded in logic and empirical evidence, scoffed at such notions. The ocean, they argued, held no room for monsters, only for creatures yet to be classified, for behaviors yet to be understood. The footage, though disturbing, was too inconclusive, too open to interpretation, to serve as proof of anything beyond the tragic loss of a skilled and experienced diver. Yet even the most skeptical among them couldn't shake the feeling that something was amiss. The ocean, for all its vastness, was a delicate ecosystem, its inhabitants intricately connected. The introduction of a new apex predator, a creature of such size and power as hinted at in the footage, would have devastating consequences. The balance, painstakingly maintained for millennia, would be shattered, sending ripples through the food chain, impacting marine life on a global scale. In the end, the mystery of the lost diver remained unsolved. The ocean, as if closing ranks, had swallowed its secrets, leaving behind only whispers and speculation. The footage, analyzed and dissected, offered no definitive answers, only tantalizing glimpses into a realm beyond human understanding. Mark's disappearance served as a stark reminder of the power and the mystery of the ocean. It was a frontier that beckoned with beauty and wonder, but also held the potential for unimaginable terror. The lost diver became a chilling legend, a cautionary tale whispered among those who dared to venture beneath the waves, a reminder that some depths are best left undisturbed, some mysteries better left unsolved. The ocean, vast and unknowable, held its secrets close, a testament to the enduring power of the unknown, a force that continues to captivate and terrify in equal measure. The investigation, despite the efforts of seasoned professionals and the analysis of every frame of the recovered footage, reached an impasse. The official report, a testament to the limitations of human understanding, concluded that Mark's disappearance was a diving accident, a tragic but not uncommon occurrence in the unforgiving world of deep-sea exploration. The ocean, it seemed, had claimed another life, its depths swallowing the truth along with the victim. But for those who knew Mark, who had felt the weight of his absence, the explanation rang hollow. They had seen the fear in his eyes on the recovered footage, heard the primal terror in his last choked gasp. They knew, in their gut, that something more sinister had transpired beneath the waves. The ocean, once a source of adventure and wonder, now held a new, unsettling dimension. It was a place of shadows and whispers, where ancient secrets slumbered, and something monstrous stirred in the depths. The El Dorado, once a symbol of maritime adventure and the allure of sunken treasure, became a haunted wreck, shunned by divers and fishermen alike. The story spread, carried on the salt-laden wind, whispers of the lost diver and the unspeakable horror captured on his camera. The legend grew, fueled by fear and speculation, a cautionary tale whispered around campfires and in hushed tones in seaside taverns. The ocean, once a source of life and sustenance, now held a new, unsettling power. It was a realm unto itself, governed by its own laws, harboring creatures beyond human comprehension. The lost diver became a symbol of the ocean's enduring mystery, a reminder that for all our technological advancements, we are but visitors in a realm far older and more powerful than ourselves. The ocean, vast and enigmatic, continues to beckon, its depths holding an allure that both captivates and terrifies. It is a realm of extremes, of breathtaking beauty and unimaginable terror, where the boundaries of the known world blur and ancient secrets lie buried beneath miles of water. The story of the lost diver serves as a stark reminder of the ocean's power, its ability to both give life and take it away in the blink of an eye. It is a story that speaks to our primal fears, our fascination with the unknown, and our enduring quest to understand the forces that shape our world. The ocean, vast and unknowable, holds its secrets close, a testament to the enduring power of the unknown, a force that continues to captivate and terrify in equal measure.